Hi, my name is Savannah Miller. For my theme, I chose color and third grade. First, we're going to start off with drama here. And I chose a book for mine, but I'll read the first exposure first. So, introducing this, I will start off wearing several different colors of clothing, and then I'll have other clothing next to me for reference, and it'll kind of be joking, looking silly with a bunch of different clothing that'll lead to discussion of what colors are and what they entail. And then this is where I'll read my book. I have the link here. I found it on Amazon. It's called The Emotional Color Wheel Elementary Edition, A Guide to Creating Expressionist Art for Children. This can explain what colors are and how they are explained in art. And then I just want to point out quick how it says elementary edition. There is also an older edition as well. So then for the third exposure, after they have a better understanding through the book, students will act out a color or emotion from the book through the game of charades. And if they don't feel comfortable acting in front of the class, they can write a poem and explain a color or emotion from the book. Then here's my standard here. And then we're going to move down to language arts, color code by word activity. So students will use their spelling words for the week to create an art worksheet. So they will color certain words with the assigned color. So for example, I said here, said is to be colored blue, and then head is to be colored red, and it will make an overall picture in the end. I have an example attached here, and here is my standard. Then we're going to move over to art and music. I'll start with music first here. To connect my color of theme, we'll use flashlight choreography. So I will introduce flashlight choreography to my students by teaching them how to use counts. I will show them how to use 8 counts and lead them through an example dance with the song Colors of the Wind. These students will make their own 8-count flashlight choreography dance after. So here's an example you can follow on how to assign different dance moves and colors for an 8-count dance. And then here's my standard here. And then moving on to art, I have color psychology. So I'm going to start right here. So after I have shared my book from drama with my students, I will expose them to the concept of color psychology. This will get them started and will help them have a better understanding of colors and their meanings. So for this art project, they will pick 3 colors that represent their personal moods, and then they will paint an illustration to describe them. So here's an example of colors and what they may be described as. And then in comparison to music, I chose students can describe how they're feeling through genres or music songs. So if they're angry, I said maybe heavy metal or rock music, and sad or calming songs. And here is my standard. And then moving down to social studies here, I chose flag memory. So students will study flags of the United States and use their colors and designs to remember them. They will then play memory with a classmate while doing so, and all cards will be face down, drawn, named aloud, and matched if 2 of the same cards are drawn. So this is using color to kind of spark their memory and get to know the United States flags of different states. And then here's my standard here. And then we're going to move over to math, coloring fractions. So students will be introduced to fractions. They will learn what wholes are and how they are evenly distributed into equal parts. And for this activity, we will be coloring pizzas and practicing breaking them into equal parts. Here is my standard here, and then here's a link with an example, and they also have printouts that teachers could have, or just if they want to get an idea from this website. I thought that was really cool. And then we are moving on to science here. So after introducing pH to the class, students will test their chemicals on strips of paper and see what colors appear based on their pH. We will test chemicals based on foods that animals in a certain location may eat or may have to start eating. This is because the standard is kind of talking about the environment and changes that plants and animals may have to go through. So I chose maybe we were talking about a tropical place and they eat lots of fruit. We could test the acids or bases of that general area. So there is my spider scribe of the theme of color. I'm trying to get a circle around for you. So yeah.